everyone, welcome back. So today's video is going to be kind of like a 90s throwback inspired video. I'm going to be talking about makeup that just really brings back that time for me. I was a teenager and in my 20s in the 90s, and I definitely wore my fair share of burgundy and kind of brownish lipsticks and like all of just those deep, rich, warm colors that were so popular then. So what initially kicked off the idea for this video for me was Huda Beauty. She had sent over all of her new Power Bullet matte lipsticks. She has a 90s throwback collection and it is so gorgeous. So I've just been trying on all these lipsticks and trying to pair things with them, and I was pulling out all of these new products that I've gotten recently that just go along with that theme so beautifully, and I think it's just because these types of colors are perfect in the fall and winter. They're just those types of tones that I'm really attracted to when the weather gets cold, so I just gravitate naturally towards like deeper colors. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. I'm going to do some swatches of the lipsticks actually on my lips so you can see what each color looks like, and also some swatches of the palettes that I have. I have some blushes, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start with these lipsticks since these are kind of what kicked off my idea in the first place, and love the packaging on these. I think they're so cute. They have a nice magnetic closure, and then the bullet themselves, I'll just show you a close-up. It has a nice sharp point at the top, which makes it really easy to stay within your lip line, but then they fan out and get really wide, so it's easy to kind of just coat your whole lip in one pass, which I really, really love. They don't seem to have much of a scent to them, maybe just like a hint of a coconutty kind of scent, but nothing that's overpowering. You don't notice it at all once it's on your lips. These are $25 each, which is pretty steep for a lipstick, but the formula is something that I have never seen before. I think it's awesome. So I'll get into that in just a few minutes, but I want to quickly show you the colors. So she sent this little card right here that has all 8 shades, and basically there are 4 cool shades and then 4 mattes. So down here you have your pinky nudes, which are a little bit lighter, then you have your natural pinks, and then here you have your spiced browns, and then up here you have your 90s browns. So according to this little pamphlet that she sent over, basically these are supposed to have intense pigmentation, full coverage formula that leaves lips feeling smooth and hydrated for the ultimate in matte comfort. So of course when I saw matte lipsticks, I was not super excited about it because I have very dry lips. I have lines in my lips that are pretty prominent, so I was not looking forward to it. I was thinking I'm gonna hate these probably, but I'm actually wearing Prom Night on my lips right now. And I've had this on now for about an hour or so because I did my makeup and then I was kind of like doing other things and gathering stuff up before I started the video. And my lips don't feel dry at all. I don't feel like they look dry either. They look smooth still. Actually, they almost kind of got smoothed out a little by the lipstick, which is pretty incredible. They almost feel like a primer on your lips where they just feel super smooth and silky, but yet they're so lightweight, I totally forget I'm even wearing these when I put them on. And I think longevity is really good on them too. I would say I get probably like 4 to 5 hours wearing this, which I feel like is pretty good for a bullet lipstick. I mean, they're not completely transfer proof, but they only transfer very slightly when you first put them on. I mean, I haven't noticed any transfer when they've been on for a while, but even the other day I put one on and then I was going to take a drink of water like immediately, and I hardly saw any of the lipstick come off around the bottle. So I thought that was really, really good. And when they fade pretty evenly. I didn't notice any patchiness. They're so pigmented. When you put them on, you hardly have to apply any, and they just go on like full pigment, full color. So I never thought I would say I love a matte lipstick as much as I love this one, but it's so incredible. And yes, they are super pricey at $25 each, but in a way it's almost worth it for me because I haven't tried a lipstick formula that feels this comfortable, that's this pigmented. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at some swatches. I'll do both my lips and then on the arm so you can see what it looks like both ways. So next up, let's talk about the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is actually a custom Colourpop palette that I made pretty recently, and I wanted to do all burgundy shades and make my own sort of burgundy palette. I know I feel like I'm crazy because Colourpop does not stop with the new releases. They're constantly coming out with palettes, and then on top of that, I go and make my own, which is just like, it's stupid to me in a way. I kind of just feel like, why did I do that? But I'm just obsessed with their build your own palette thing on their website. I love just coming up with different color combinations. It's actually more fun for me than actually purchasing a palette that's already made. So when it comes to Colourpop's formula, you guys know I love it. I really am not going to go on too much about it because I think it's one of the best eyeshadow formulas in my entire collection, and they're so affordable too, which just makes it all the better for me, and I think it's the reason why I continue to buy every palette of theirs that comes out, because I just think they're so worth it. So I didn't really want to go into the formula of these as much as I just wanted to show you some swatches. Even if you don't want to build a whole palette like this, there are some really gorgeous fall colors in here, even if you wanted to pick one up as a single. So let's go ahead and just take a look at all the swatches. So first up we have Facet and Pretty Cruel. Next we have Sandman and High Strung. Next is Sleeper and Come and Get It. Next we have Cute Alert and Labyrinth. And then we have Thank You Next and Misty. And the last two shades are Get Out and Made to Last. So overall, I'm loving these burgundy shades for fall, and I think it's something just a little bit different than all of those oranges and yellows that we're seeing lately. And then there's two blushes that I wanted to share with you really quick. The first one is from the brand Found at Walmart, and this one is in the shade Rose Glow. I have some of their other baked blushes, and I was at Walmart last week or the week before, and I saw this one in there, and I didn't have this color yet, so I decided to grab it. I think it's like a beautiful fall color. I love baked blushes for how natural they look on your skin, especially if you have drier skin or textured skin. They just seem to kind of melt and like blend across the skin so easily. So I've always been a big fan of baked blushes. This one is super affordable as well, and this color is gorgeous. It has a little bit of gold running through it, and then the rest is just this gorgeous berry color. When you mix them together, it has a slight bit of sheen to it, but it's nothing that's gonna make you look glittery or make your pores stand out. I'm actually wearing this one on my cheeks today, and I will say it's a little bit of a darker color. If you're fair, I would go light with it. I went a little bit heavier with it just for the video because I always feel like my blush doesn't show up on camera, so we'll see how this looks today, or if it looks like I have clown cheeks, I don't know. Kind of looking in the monitor, it looks a little dark, but we'll see what happens once I go through the editing process and all that. And then another blush that I've really been loving is from Colourpop, and I got this one around the time I got the Jaded palette. This is one of Kathleen Light's colors, and it's called I Need Space. And this one is described as a light dusty rose, so it's a lighter option than this one for sure, but it still just has that fall vibe to me because it's a little bit brownish. It's just like a rosy brown, which I think is gorgeous for fall, and it would pair with so many looks because it's really neutral. It has a satin finish to it, so no visible shimmer or glitter in it whatsoever, but it's not like a flat matte either. It looks really beautiful on the cheeks, and I am in love with the shade so much. I've been wearing it constantly. And then next I also wanted to talk about some Nudestix products that I picked up at Sephora recently, and thank you so much, Susan, for turning me into a Nudestix addict. Susan is a longtime viewer, and she also used to read my blog. She's been with me a long time, and we email back and forth sometimes, and she had emailed a couple weeks ago asking about Nudestix and had I ever tried them, and I was like, not really, so I decided to pick up some products, and I did a video on a little kit that I bought last week, which I really fell in love with, so I ended up grabbing this one, which is their Nude Rose Gold palette. It's brand new at Sephora. I don't even think it has any reviews out there yet, but it contains 6 of their eyeshadow crayons in here. And in that video that I did last week, I had mentioned wanting to try out some of their eyeshadow sticks, and they're $26 each, which is really pricey for an eyeshadow crayon. And looking at all the colors, I wanted so many of them, and I'm like, I can't afford to just buy all the colors that I want. But then I saw this kit, which had just dropped, and you get 6 of them in here for $59. So it's just over the cost of 2 of their regular eyeshadow sticks, and all the colors look looked really gorgeous. So according to the website, these claim to be uber long wearing, provide intense color, precise lining and highlight, and priming lids for all day wear. They're waterproof and crease proof, making them ideal for oily lids to see you through all the best holiday parties. The creamy formula glides on smoothly and is super easy to blend and create a quick and easy look, whether it's natural or bold. So in this kit, you get 5 of their magnetic luminous eye colors, which I wouldn't say they're shimmery or glittery. They just have a little bit of sheen to them. They're really subtle. So if you're the type of person that doesn't like a metallic or intense eye look, these just add a little bit of sheen to your eyelid. They're really gorgeous. And then you also get one matte one, which I love using in the crease just to kind of deepen the look up a little bit. So I've been pairing this matte with all of these shades and they all work out beautifully. I actually wore this kit in my last video that I put out on Sunday about the Walmart skincare. I used the matte shade Marooned in my outer corner in my crease, and then the luminous color in Rustic Grotto all over my lid. And I was very impressed by the wear time. Keep in mind, I do have dry eyelids though, and cream shadows almost never crease on me. So if you have more oily eyelids, I can't really speak to how these will wear on you. They do claim to last even on the oiliest of eyelids, so hopefully that's the case. But again, I'm not 100% sure. And I also love that they come in this kit. You have a nice big mirror in here. They also give you a sharpener for the pencils as well. So I think for $59, this is an awesome way to try Nudestix if you've been wanting to try them for a while, because it's so much more affordable than buying the eye sticks individually. And I think the colors are gorgeous. So I'll go ahead and show you swatches of all the colors that you get in here. So the first shade is Praia or Praia, I'm not sure how you say that. And this one is described as Golden Sand. The next shade is Rustic Grotto, and this is a shimmery terracotta shade. This is the one that I used all over my lid in that video. I love this color so much. Next is Nudity, which is a beautiful rose gold. This one is perfect for like those no makeup days. And then you have Burnish, which is a really dark antique gold color, super pretty as well. Next we have Pink Seychelles, which is a gorgeous shimmery warm pink. It almost has like a little like lavender shift to it. It's so beautiful. And then the last one is the matte shade Marooned, and this one is a beautiful matte reddish brown burgundy color. It's gorgeous. And one thing I also wanted to mention about these is if you prefer to use brushes, you actually can use brushes with these. I have before and it worked out perfectly fine, or you could use your fingers just to smudge them out on your eyes. But what I did was for that video is I took the maroon shade and I just drew it up into my crease a little bit, and then really quickly before it set, I took a crease brush that was a little bit more of a stiffer crease brush, like one that was a little bit more pointy and dense versus like one of those fluffy ones. And I just went ahead and like blended it out in the windshield wiper motion in my crease, and it blended out beautifully. It did definitely sheer down the color a little bit, and I had to add a little more just to kind of build it up. So I think for the matte shade, if you're doing crease work or outer corner work, I think using a brush with these is wise, just because you'll get it exactly the way you want. When it comes to like the shimmery lid shade, that I really just kind of patted on. I drew it on with the crayon and then just kind of patted it with my finger a little bit and left it alone. So I didn't use a brush for the lid shade, but definitely when it comes to the matte, if you want to really get it into your crease and make a nice blend so that there's no harsh edges, a brush definitely works. Just keep in mind that you have to do it really quickly after you apply it, because I would say you have probably like 30 seconds to a minute before these set for good. So I just wanted to give you that quick tip in case you were wondering if you could use a brush with these. You definitely can. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is also from Nudestix, and this is one of their nudies all over face color. So you can use these on your eyes, cheeks, or lips. If you want to do like a monochromatic look, you can use it on all three. I've mainly been using this as a blush, and this is in the shade Bareback, and I am obsessed with this color because it's a cool toned nude, and that is so hard for me to find. I don't know if it is for you guys, but I have so much trouble finding a cooler toned like nudie pink shade for my cheeks. Most of the time I feel like nudes either go kind of bronzy or kind of peachy, but it's so hard to find cool tone ones, and most cool tone blushes that are on the lighter end of the spectrum are usually more of like a cool tone pink, like that lavender pink or bubblegum pink shade. You just rarely see a nude that is cool tone. So I'll show you a swatch of what this looks like so you can see. It's just so gorgeous and perfect for my fair skin tone. I do think it's a little bit light to wear on the lips. I did try it, but I wasn't a fan of it on my lips. On my cheeks though, it is beautiful. And like I said, the matte formula does last a really long time on my cheeks, so I've been wearing this nonstop. It also has on the other end a really soft buffing brush, so you can just take it once you draw it on your cheek and buff it in that way. It works perfectly. You don't have to get your fingers dirty. The brush is right there, so you don't need something extra. So I think I'm definitely gonna pick up more colors of these because it was so hard to pick to begin with, but I'm really happy with my choice. I think it's gorgeous. All right guys, so that's all I have for now. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. And I'd just love to hear all of your thoughts on these products, if you've tried any of them yet, or just what you're thinking about them. I always love chatting with you guys down in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!